Hello, this is Tammy. I am here today for just a very short mini medicine ball workout. So you can use a medicine ball of any size, but you're going to want something that you can actually move fairly dynamically. This isn't going to be one of those where you're trying to drag something super heavy off of the ground. So we want to just go ahead and be able to pick the ball up, move with it, and engage those abs as we go. So the only thing that you will need is a medicine ball. And I'm assuming that you've already warmed up. This is something that you could add into a workout. Or if you're short on time and you just want to use it for just a very short piece, you're more than welcome to do that as well. It's kind of a nice piece to add to the end of some of your maybe a little bit more difficult workouts. We're going to go ahead and get started. So I'm going to move my mat back just a hair from here. Going back into the middle. And we're going to start out, again, I'm assuming that you've already warmed up as we're coming through here. The piece that we're going to do is we're just going to start off from here with the ball and we're going to hold it. So of course, we're just going to pick this up. We're just going to rotate side to side from here. So at this point, we're just going to keep the ball fairly close to us. Just kind of get a feel for it. Now, obviously, the farther the ball gets away from you, the more you're going to have to stabilize, the more work that's going to involve, or the heavier it's going to get. So again, if you're starting off and you're not real sure about it or you're not real comfortable with it just yet, just go ahead and rotate back through. Let that heel come up. And then we're going to start from here and we're going to bring it to a shoulder and to the hip. And shoulder to hip. So just back and forth, nice and easy. And then as you get more comfortable with it, you can make it bigger. So we're going to come up and bring it back to the side. And coming up and down. Now, again, if you're pretty comfortable with that, you can actually take this all the way up and you can step out. Reaching down from that, coming in and out. Reach big, sit down. Coming through here and again. So as we do this again, we want a nice long back. And as we push off from the side there, we just want to get us back to the center just enough, right? Not enough to knock us off balance. We do 2 more here. And release here. And then we're going to come back into that side to side. And again, you can bring that close. You can take it out. Whatever feels good to you at this point. Now from here, we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to bring it from the shoulder over here and back to the hip. So we'll do just a few sets of that. Really 4. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to make this just a little bit bigger. So again, reaching up and drawing this back and down and up. Coming back again to the side. Now, if that again is pretty comfortable, you can take that to a step out, coming back to the middle and stepping out and back to the middle. So a lot of that will depend on obviously how heavy your med ball is, what you've been doing before, right? But again, we want to land lightly as we step that out, shift the hip back, long back, the abs are engaged. We're just bringing that back up on that diagonal. Let's go just 2 more here. And 1 more time from there. We're going to bring that back into the center. So as we're coming to the next part, we're going to do something very similar but slightly different. On here, we're going to actually bring this down low and we're going to throw that over the shoulder. Coming down, throw that back over the shoulder without actually throwing it. Unless you have a space where you can throw it, but then you're going to run and pick it up too, right? Back from here. So again, we shift down, squeeze and throw that back over the shoulder. Coming from here. Starting to get cold, so we might as well get ready for this, right? Because we may have to throw some snow every now and then. Let's go 4 more. And 3. We have 2. And our last one. We're going to bring that back to our home base, side to side from here. And just relax, kind of get the feel for that again. We're going to start from the ground again. Coming down on this side, throw that over. Coming from here, drive by bringing that hip up, rolling back around, squeeze, and squeeze. So it's kind of a little, almost like a bit of a deadlift as we come and shift that hip forward, tossing that back over the shoulder And again, now you can step out into that, or you can just stay low. So again, you can come out, toss it back over, sitting from here, or again, you can just rotate. We're gonna go 2 more. And bring that back into the center. So once more, let's just go a little bit side to side from here. Nice and easy. Then we're gonna come back to the center. And as we roll that across, we're gonna come with the leg, crossing the midline. So again, just like we've got a soccer kick here, we're kind of the inside of the foot as we roll through there. I know that's not quite appropriate, however, it's similar here. Squeeze with just a slight rotation through here. We're gonna go 4 and 3 or 2 and our last one. Now again, we're still engaged through the center, right? So nice and tall, shoulders are back. We want to maintain that posture as we move through that. We squeeze that leg through. We can sit that down. If you don't want to set it down, you can always keep it up, right? Squeeze through and squeeze and through. We want that slight contraction, so don't make it too fast. We want to have that little bit of a crunch as we come through there. Let's go 4 more. We're 3 and 2 and our last one. Now our next piece is going to have a squat. So yes, you're wondering, what is the core here? When we come up from the squat, we're going to actually do a side leg lift. And as we do that, we're going to push the ball back up overhead, but we're going to stay braced through the middle. So we have a nice tall lifted chest, but we don't want to have that butt sticking out as we come back into here. So we'll start off from here with just a nice easy squat. We're going to set this down. And as we come up, we lift that leg to the side and lift the leg to the side. Again, the same thing. We want a little bit of a pause, not a great big one, but we're getting centered over that leg using the glutes a little bit there to lift that out to the side, or a little bit if you get enough there, right? And as we come down to the ground, making sure that we're nice and strong and solid in that squat before we come back up. Now, this is something that you could always hold right here, or you could just do a squat, right? Coming down from here, or you can do a squat to press. So you can make that pretty much whatever you want it to be. We have just one more exercise to go from here, and it's kind of similar to a deadlift. So we're going to work a little bit on a pulling motion from here. So you can also do the exercise. It's basically a warrior 3 or a single leg deadlift. So you can push the ball out and away from you, but a lot of that's going to depend on your weight. So you may want to try this once without the ball, and I'll actually demonstrate that without the ball. So as we come from here, we're going to take the hands nice and big. If you've got the ball in your hand, you have a couple of choices. One, we're just going to come to center, and you can just hold that ball in place. You can also come from center. You can reach that ball forward and draw that back in, or you can use it almost like a counterbalance, coming down from here and let the ball come down and bring it from here. Now, if you're not comfortable in lifting that leg all the way off the floor, you can also post it from here. So you can come with the foot down on the ground, or you can actually come up onto the toe, but we would primarily like to have the weight on the front leg there and shifting those hips back. So as we lean into it, we don't want to shift rounding out the back. We want to stay long and tall, shift that down and coming back up. So we're going to practice that with the ball a couple times. Our goal is to do 10 on each leg. So as we come from here, I'm going to choose the row today. So we're going to come in from the center here. Take a nice breath in. We're going to exhale. Coming down from here, I'm going to pull. And then I'm going to stand it back up. Coming down from here and pull. Now again, you can always take that out in front of you, and you can hold it. You can take it in and out. Or you can just hang on to the ball and keep it close to you. Our goal here is to maintain that balance and to be able to stand that up by pulling, again, with the back of the leg. Use those toes to ground yourself to the floor. Let's go 3 more here. And we want to keep a nice long spine. So we, again, are trying to stay parallel to the floor rather than rolling out nice and wide. And let's go one more time here. And relax as we bring that back up. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to come back to the other leg, of course. And we can practice it just to make sure we even ourselves out, right? Starting from here again. You can, again, come forward from here, and you can reach the arms forward if you choose. So you'd hold the ball. You can also pull that in and out, again, depending upon how heavy your weight is and how heavy your ball is. You can also take it down, just like I did before, which is what I'm going to do on this side as well, pulling up. Or you can just hold the ball close to you as you come into position from here. So again, just kind of finding out where we're at in space as we go through here. And you can also just post, right? So you could come right from here, push those hips back, and then just stand up, squeeze everything nice and strong from there. We're going to go ahead and grab the ball. This is our last exercise, so that's just quick and easy. So again, starting from here, I'm again going to use the row position from here just to kind of even myself back out. So standing nice and tall from there, we're going to go ahead and either post the leg back or you can extend it back. Or of course, you can always do this on both legs instead of actually doing a single leg with it. So we are once again trying to stay parallel to the floor, keeping nice long spine. If you're doing like I am and you're just pulling that back into the spine, into the belly, or you can extend it out long. Of course, the farther the weight gets away from you, the more difficult it is. So that's something that you may want to work up to. We're going to do just 2 more of these. And let's finish this out here. And back into center. And we're going to call that a day. So again, this is something that you can easily add into another workout. You can do it just when you've got a quick few minutes, and hopefully you will find that useful. Have a terrific day. Thank you for joining me.